Are you craving a trip on Space Mountain? Well, we've got the next best thing. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePauli, and in today's House of Mouse headlines, we got some good news for Spider-Man fans, plus some great news for folks with food allergies and special diets. That and so much more, so let's get to it.
Hear the latest news from the Walt Disney Company in today's House of Mouse headlines.
Marvel Cinematic Universe fans rejoice. A deal has been made between Disney and Sony concerning Spider-Man's involvement with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. An undisclosed agreement has been made so that Tom Holland's Spider-Man can continue to make movies for both Sony and Marvel Studios, allowing the character to remain as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, at least for now. Head of Marvel Kevin Feige had this to say: "I am thrilled that Spidey's journey in the MCU will continue, and I and all of us at Marvel Studios are very excited that we get to keep working on it. Spider-Man is a powerful icon and hero whose stories crosses all ages and audiences around the globe. He also happens to be the only hero with the superpower to cross cinematic universes, so as Sony continues to develop their own Spideyverse, you never know what surprises the future might hold." End quote. The next Spider-Man movie will be seen on the big screen on July 16th of 2021. On this past Wednesday's episode of Disney Coast to Coast, we talked all about the nighttime spectaculars at Epcot, and among them was Epcot Forever. For those of you who can't wait to see it, Disney Parks blog has announced that they'll be live streaming the opening night performance on October 1st. Epcot Forever will be an all-new, limited-time spectacle of fireworks, music, lighting, lasers, and choreographed special effects kites. To watch the live stream, simply visit the Disney Parks blog on Tuesday, October 1st at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. In addition, you may even see your own Epcot memories as part of the live stream. Submit your Epcot photos now on Twitter with the hashtag DisneyParksLive. Staying at Epcot, we got the dates announced for the 2020 Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. The festival will return on March 4th, 2020 and run through June 1st of 2020. The beloved 90-day spring extravaganza at Epcot will sprout in a big way for its 27th year with seasonal sights, sounds, and flavors designed to delight everyone in the family. From the creative dishes and libations offered at the festival's outdoor kitchens to the fan-favorite artists who'll perform during the Garden Rocks concert series, bouquets of spring fun will welcome guests around every corner of the park. This longest-running Epcot festival is known for its themed topiaries, and the Epcot horticulture team already has begun plans to introduce a brand new Remy topiary, the centerpiece of a new ratatouille garden at the France Pavilion. This delicious new garden will be planted with veggies used in a ratatouille recipe. Guests also will find favorite returning character topiaries including Snow White, Elsa and Anna, Belle and Beast, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Miss Piggy, and Kermit. Thousands of bedding plants in every color of the rainbow will decorate the landscape around Future World and World Showcase, and dozens of Disney-crafted flower towers will offer colorful backdrops for spring selfies. Festive mini gardens will be set afloat like floral pontoons on the Future World East and West Lakes. I got to experience this festival for the first time this past spring, and I've got to say, I really loved it. Epcot is such a beautiful park in general, but all of the flowers and landscaping during this event makes it especially beautiful. I highly suggest checking it out if you have the chance. Now let's park hop over to Disney's Hollywood Studios, where we're getting even more Mickey Mouse. As we all prepare to step into the wacky world of a Mickey Mouse cartoon short next year in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Disney's Parks blog has shared that there's even more zany adventures coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios this spring. Joining the park's theater district will be a reimagined venue, the Mickey Shorts Theater. No details have been released as to what we'll be seeing, but I think it's safe to say that there will be Mickey Shorts screening in the style of the new attraction. This Mickey Shorts Theater will take over the space that currently holds Star Wars Path of the Jedi. I know that the Star Wars montage has been running for a long time, and it's definitely time for it to go, but I would like to make it publicly known that I actually really enjoyed that film. It gave me the Star Wars feels. Some great news has been announced for folks with special dietary needs. It's often quite difficult to easily find food that you're able to eat while visiting a theme park if you have special dietary needs, but it will soon be getting a whole lot easier at both Walt Disney World and Disneyland parks. Disney has announced that all of the major quick and table service restaurants will soon be serving up plant-based options at Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland Resort, along with a new plant-based menu icon coming to Disney Dining. Guests will now be able to choose from hundreds of sweet and savory creations, including many brand new dishes destined to become fan favorites. Guests have embraced plant-based offerings at the parks and around the globe, inspiring Disney to expand their menu and introduce a new menu icon, a green leaf, that will make it easier than ever to find these creations during your visit. These fun and flavorful options are made from plant-based ingredients like vegetables, fruits, grains, nuts, etc., and are made without animal meat, dairy, eggs, or honey. From comfort food classics to exciting new dishes for the food adventurer, everyone will find something to delight their taste buds. On October 1st at quick service locations and October 3rd at table service locations, Walt Disney World Resort will launch the plant-based menu icon and introduce new options at theme parks and resort hotels. If you're craving tasty plant-powered snacks and treats during your visit, you can explore more than 400 craveable dishes. Whether you're visiting Magic Kingdom Park, tasting your way across the globe at Epcot's World Showcase, or grabbing a bite in a galaxy far, far away, you're sure to find a plant-powered dish to enjoy. Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa at the Disneyland Resort is introducing its all-new upscale experience, Tenaya Stone Spa, opening in spring 2020. Inspired by the spirit of nature and Californian heritage, this full-service spa will be a rejuvenating retreat. You can choose from an array of body treatments, facials, massage, and salon services, all performed in a serene setting sure to relax, revitalize, and invigorate the senses. In some indigenous cultures, Tenaya can mean to dream. For modern-day travelers seeking a respite to dream and recharge, it is only when we relax that we can regain balance within ourselves. The spa is being designed by Disney Imagineers. Tenaya Stone Spa will be a wonderful addition to Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, where you can take time to unwind with head-to-toe pampering. Tenaya Stone Spa will be replacing Mandara Spa, which closed earlier this summer. Sounds like a good place for a leg massage after some days of walking all over the parks. Throughout the year, Disney on Broadway has been celebrating its 25th anniversaries in many ways, and now they're doing it on Broadway. Many performers from Disney on Broadway and beyond will take part in a one-night benefit celebrating Disney's 25 years on Broadway and benefiting Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. The concert is called Celebrating 25 Magical Years of Disney on Broadway and has a huge list of those who will be performing. Among them include The View's Whoopi Goldberg, Jelani Aladdin from Public Works' Hercules as well as Frozen on Broadway, Heidi Blickenstaff from The Little Mermaid and Freaky Friday, Sarah Bogus from The Little Mermaid, Ashley Brown from Mary Poppins, Susan Egan from the Hercules movie as well as Beauty and the Beast on Broadway, Adam Jacobs from Aladdin, Cara Lindsay from Newsies, Michael James Scott from Aladdin, Kissy Simmons from The Lion King, Josh Strickland from Tarzan, Remo Webb from Public Works' Hercules as well as The Lion King, and Alton Fitzgerald White from The Lion King, among many others. And most importantly, the night is set to reunite the brilliant cast of Newsies, the Broadway musical. This concert will take place at the New Amsterdam Theater in New York City, where Aladdin currently runs, on November 4th. Season 3 of Elena of Avalor debuts on October 7th on Disney Channel and Disney Now, and as part of the season, we'll be getting an Elena of Avalor Hanukkah episode this December. Jamie Singler will be performing the voice of a princess from a Latino Jewish kingdom. I love holiday specials, so I hope that this is a great one that becomes a tradition for many families. We recently got yet another trailer for Frozen 2. The trailer can be easily found on YouTube if you want to check it out, but I wanted to mention one thing that I noticed. I feel like when you hear the title Frozen, one of your first thoughts is Let It Go and musicals. I find it very strange that this trailer does not feature any musical moments. It looks more like an action movie. Of course, we all know that this is a musical, so I just find this to be an interesting choice. Perhaps this trailer is geared for younger boys. And now for an even more random moment I noticed. At one point, young Anna says, "Papa, that was epic." Now, I'm sure that this has nothing to do with it, but lately, I've noticed that the word epic is being used by Disney more often than I've noticed in the past, ever since Universal Studios Florida announced the name of their new theme park, Epic Universe. Like I said, I'm sure that this probably has nothing to do with it, and that I'm just noticing the word epic more than I did previously, but the thought did cross my mind that perhaps Disney is trying to make the word epic part of their lexicon. I'm sure that Disney isn't exactly happy that the word magic isn't exclusively Disney now that a boy wizard lives down the street. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. But listen up and see if you notice the word epic being thrown around Disney content more than it once was. Now let's get to this week's Twitter poll where I asked you folks, do you plan on riding the Disney Skyliner at Walt Disney World? And if so, primarily for which reason? Your options were, yes, I'll ride it for fun, yes, I'm going to ride it for convenience and transportation, or I won't ride. Now in last place with 15% of the votes was you won't ride, which if you listen, you know that's where I land on this. 29% of you said, yes, you're going to ride it for convenience and transportation, but most of you say, yeah, I'm going to ride it for fun. 56% of you voted that way. Do you agree with the results of this Twitter poll? Make your voice heard by following Disney CTC on Twitter and taking part in the Twitter poll every week. That's DIZNEY CTC on Twitter. I also want to give a shout out to Carol A. Mouser, who left a 5-star rating and review for Disney Coast to Coast on Apple Podcasts. Carol A. Mouser had this to say: from the kazoo jamming theme song to the interesting facts about the news at the parks and information about rides that have been there for decades, this is a great listen for anyone interested in Disney. Well, thank you so much for the kind words, Carol A. Mouser. If you want to shout out like Carol A. Mouser, make sure you head to Apple Podcasts, leave that 5-star rating and review for Disney Coast to Coast. Just make sure you leave the review as well. Otherwise, if it's only a rating, I really appreciate it, but I unfortunately do not see that username. So if you want a shout out, just be sure to write a review as well. All of our social media can be found over at DisneyCoastToCoast.com. And don't forget, if you want to start your very own podcast, but you're not sure where to start, simply head to youcanpodcastnow.net for some free information. Now, this episode of Disney Coast to Coast was produced by Philip Elke, who has supported the show through Patreon. If you'd like to become a DCTC producer or gain other rewards, including early access to episodes, live stream Q&As, behind-the-scenes access, and more, information can be found at patreon.com/DisneyCTC. That's patreon.com/DIZNEYCTC. Other than that, folks, have a magical day. Bye!
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
Disney Coast to Coast is produced and hosted by Jeff DePauli. Learn more about the podcast and become a supporter at DisneyCoastToCoast.com.